How many people have often said that about me? He's getting a drink. As Bill has said, it's great to be at the home of the Premiership champions and maybe soon to be the champions of Europe. I guess this is the closest I'm ever going to get to running out onto that pitch to the great roar of the tomahawk chop. So I'm pleased to be here for just that, anyway. Welcome to the second Southwest Growth Summit. And I've just spent a couple of days in London talking to ministers and civil servants, and I can confirm that we are achieving already much more traction as a collaborating region, i.e. the Southwest. And whilst I'm chairman of the Heart of the Southwest LEP, Devon and Somerset, I am committed to be part of a larger region that has the ability to punch at the right level that can be recognised nationally and, I would say, internationally. And to me, that's what it's all about. So we're here today to build upon successes already made and to look clearly at future opportunities. Our ambition is to be recognised as a major contributor to the UK PLC economy. And thank you to all of you who have come along to this event with an open mind and an ambitious attitude, because these are the qualities that we're going to need to stake our claim in a global arena to be a successful regional economy. If we're going to rival the industrial centres of the North and the Midlands. And this is, I think, how it all began when somebody said, you know, what's your equivalent of the Northern Powerhouse and the Midlands Engine? Today we have business leaders, MPs, LEPs, local authority leaders and other key players in the Southwest community with us. Good example is our media partner, the Western Morning News, who've done a great job in giving us an identity and publicising it, particularly in the last couple of days. And I would also like to add my thanks to the key sponsors, Pennon and Vodafone. And in particular, I give a huge credit to Pennon under Chris Loughlin's leadership. And without their forward thinking, we wouldn't have got this agenda off the ground. Recognition must go to all of the LPs in the Southwest, particularly Dorset, Cornwall, Isles of Scilly, and my own LEP, who've helped to organise today. Our LEPs and our constituent businesses, education, local authority partners, they really have grasped the challenge given to us by Sajid David last year, and indeed again this morning. It's all about working together. We've made a lot of progress since last year's summit, and in the next few minutes, I'd like to just mention a few highlights. Let me start with connectivity. As highlighted in the Southwest Rural Productivity Commission report, which was published yesterday, I don't know how many of you have seen it yet, connectivity in a rural economy is the biggest driver or barrier to growth. The Commission is a great example of 4 Southwest LEPs from Wiltshire down to Cornwall coming together to focus on our common opportunities. And I'd like to commend the work of the Commission for setting out a clear vision in this respect. And we're going to carry on with that work. The key is to work together to present a robust and united voice to government to obtain the essential investment in our infrastructure and skills. And as Rain has just said, getting decent connectivity through broadband as a first start would be a really good thing to do. And this is the focus of the 2 panels which are going to follow later this morning. So let me also highlight what else we have here in our region. Perhaps one of the most highly developed propositions is the business-led Nuclear Southwest Partnership, which formally involves Dorset, Wiltshire, Heart of the Southwest, West of England and Gloucester First LEPs. And with this, we have the supply chain support to open up the lucrative commercial opportunities for business through the whole region and the southwest. With the National College for Nuclear, which I think was built by a local company. Was it Midas? I think it was. Which partners with a sister facility in Cumbria, offering the high-level specific training needed to sustain the UK's, I was going to say, new nuclear industry, but of course we have had a nuclear industry for a long, long time, but we seem to have forgotten about it for 20 or 30 years. But this new nuclear industry, and maintain our position as a world leader in this sector. We know the potential in this area represents over 50 billion of business opportunities. In another area of opportunity, Cornwall and the Isles of Scilly, Dorset, Gloucester First and the Heart of the South West LEP are part of iAero Consortium to promote and support our advanced aerospace cluster that already has global presence, as we know. You may have read recently that Cornwall has sent out a spaceport facilities delegation to California and New Mexico. I did say earlier this morning, I'm a bit miffed they didn't invite me, to promote our proposition that by 2020, the UK's first spaceport should be built at Newquay Airport. And that is a real possibility. The delegation met many potential investors, I'm told, and it's with great excitement that we await the next chapter on that. These massive, ambitious projects like this, often people think, well, that's never going to happen. And it's quite often that those are the things that if we work hard enough at and go and talk to the right investors, they really do happen. There are many other examples of regional working. For example, the Southwest Marine Cluster stretches from the Scillies to Portsmouth. Dorset, the Heart of the Southwest, and Cornwall LEPs are developing the Southwest Energy Strategy, which will support innovative technologies to develop a smart grid and a local energy market. It's not all about nuclear. It's a balanced energy strategy in the UK. The same three partners are also working on some joint research led by our growth hubs on how we can best support our small businesses that want to scale up. The growth hubs are also exhibiting today, and I advise you to see what they are offering. I can also announce that we are looking to build on our South West and South Wales Science and Innovation Audit with a memorandum of understanding between Dorset, the Heart of the South West, and Cornwall LEPs and Innovate UK to focus on how science and innovation can benefit our prosperity. Big issue. But it's not just about what we're going to do in the future, though we've already made good progress on many partnership projects and have a lot to be proud of. For several years now, Southwest LEPs have been lobbying for improvements to the A30, 303 corridor and the 358. Well, actually, I can take it before. I think I've been lobbying for that for 40 years. But anyway, has been crucial to opening up the peninsula and enabling growth. Now, our voices have not gone unheard, with 3 schemes on the corridor in the roads investment strategy, and in particular last month's announcement of the route to the tunnel under Stonehenge. Nobody's told me why there has to be a tunnel yet, but let's leave that one. But much more lobbying has had, before anybody tells me, yeah, we haven't got anything yet, there's a lot more lobbying to do. And we have yet to agree my own pet project, which is how we finally connect Exeter directly with a dual carriageway to London from Ilminster to Honiton. Thank you. The local MP, I thought he was going to disagree with it. With regards to reversing the decades of underinvestment in our rail network, the persistence, and I use that word correctly, I think, of the Peninsula Rail Task Force has resulted in funding for the design of a major works to improve the resilience of the coastal line through Dawlish. And I was actually with a delegation that spoke to our previous Prime Minister about this, who actually said, well, what do you ultimately want? And we told him, he said, well, that's rather expensive. And we said, well, let's do it by degrees. Let's do it by degrees. And the new express trains for services from the southwest to Paddington are under construction. They've actually started, I think, just about between Paddington and Bristol and South Wales. These achievements have only come about because of our dedication to our area, our tenacity, and I say again, our collaboration. Our future success will be increasingly dependent on our ability to strengthen our partnerships and work together with a common voice. The one thing that really works in Westminster is when ministers actually think there's enough of you all agreeing, MPs, local authorities, everybody together. The last thing investors need is uncertainty and confusion about what we are intending to do. I believe we're on an exciting and unprecedented journey towards economic prosperity, the like of which we've never been possible in an area such as ours before. And as I enter the latter part of my career, there are several targets I've still got to achieve, which includes the 303. It's now made more possible due to the advances in innovation, technology, and connectivity. Remember, of course, it's our great environment and our cultural heritage that often attracts inward investment to our region. I remember working with an organisation called Devon and Cornwall Bureau, the head of which is here today, I think, when most of the time, when we actually got an American or a Japanese company to come to this area, it was usually because the chairman wanted to sail, or in one case was a mad, keen balloonist. So let's not forget those things. So we're working together to build on the truly distinctive assets of the Great Southwest, to create a prosperity, a prosperous economy for all. So please enjoy the day, and thank you very much.